This conference will now be recorded.
Hello, can you guys hear me? Hello, guys, can you hear me?
Yes, sir. Can hear you.
Perfect. Okay. So yesterday we discussed about the deploying. We have gone through the Git, right, first of all, and then we have also tried to deploy the application into the multi-tier thing. I've showed you how we can really do it in the environment, right, as I seen here. So I wanted to really take that as an opportunity for you guys to really show me how you are really doing it. So if one of you can share your screen, maybe we can. I'll just walk you through the entire process so you can get more confidence onto that one. Who wants to share the screen? No one?
Yeah, let me share my screen. Okay. I don't get share option. Could you please allow me?
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. 1 minute, just 1 minute. So yes, I'm making a presenter. Yes, done.
Okay, I need to share. Able to see my screen, please?
Yes, yes, I'm able to see it.
Okay. 1 second, please.
Sure, sure, no problem. Take it your time.
So, yes, I want to log in GitHub.
Yeah, first log into the GitHub.
So, it's I'm already login. Yes.
Yeah. So now what you first do is to have you copied that file, the application file which I have showed you, Python application or any application, whatever you have, that's fine. If you have any application, let's go with
Yes, I
that one.
have.
But okay, this Java application, the demo one, you tried deploying that one?
Yes, we deployed last time, right? Java application.
Okay, yeah, perfect. This is the normal thing, right? It is normal application, which is the index.html. Do one thing. Can you just fork that Python application? I think let's go with that entire thing, so you can also try with that. Okay.
Okay, so send me that. Where is the link,
Okay. So
please?
just type yes, type in the browser again. Type in the new tab, github.com,
Okay,
github.com.
1 second, please.
Yeah, delete everything, whatever you were seeing there. Yeah, just type github.com slash, and you just continue typing. Continue typing github.com. You it's already there, right? Yeah, slash Rohit Azure 369.
Okay.
Yes, and remove that static web. Enter. Okay, inside this one you have this first application, right? Python Flask web app without SQL. You can do it. You can
Yes.
try it with SQL also, but let's go with this one because this is already there. So you have to copy this Yeah, copy it. Perfect. And then you go to your Git
repository and
repository, yes, and then create a new repository. So click on repositories, yes, right click repositories, and then new, and say import. Just type the repository URL there. Okay. Put up a name here below. Python without
so
SQL, something like that, right? You can mention anything. Okay. And make it for private, that's
public.
fine. You can public also, you can do it. Private also, it's fine. No problem. Whatever you want. Begin import. Okay. So this is, it's already created. Like now you have to go back to your Azure portal.
Okay, let me go. So
Go
I'm
to
going
app
to create.
services. App services. Create a new app.
I just give any, okay, this one. Um,
Make it say
without
like
SQL,
Venkat, and then the name could be Python app,
without. Okay,
or just say Python app, something like that. You can put up your name and then Python app. So it will be unique, right? It should be unique because, and then there should not be any space. All should be normal, no capital.
Python app. Okay,
Perfect.
Python app.
Now code, right? You can really see the code. Select the code details here.
The code is okay, fine. I'm going to Python, right? Python. We have to
Yes,
select here.
Python 3.112. Yeah, 312, 3.12.
Okay. Uh, East select North. I think India don't have
Anything
India.
yeah, you can put up here.
India,
Yeah, okay.
yes.
Now here you have to really select a pricing plan as S1. A minimum S1, right? Because higher you can go, but minimum S1 because we are going to create a multi environment, right? The dev, QA, and all those things. So that's where you really need, you cannot really go with basic plan because that will not support it. You really need to go to something like a S1. So select, go down, so the side, just click some sideways, not here. You will not find it in the list right now. Click on enter. No, 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 no. Here it's okay. It's okay. Hold on. Explore price plans. Click on explore price plan, which is below the price plan.
Yeah.
Okay, go down.
B1, F1.
Select the S1. Yeah.
Okay.
Now you can select anything, right? S1, why am I selecting? Because it's a cheaper one. That's why I'm going with this. Otherwise, you can select anything and it's always good. But in the production environment, definitely you will be going with a higher thing. Click on database. Skip
Database we are
that.
getting without it, right? Yeah.
No, no, we are not going to create here.
is deployment. I just related to like
Yes,
datables.
you have to enable.
Continue.
You have to enable. Yes,
Okay,
Venkat start is fine.
fine. Then here,
Select the yes, and then repository should be the one which you selected. Yes, and the branch is main, which is good. Okay, main is
right.
fine.
Yeah,
Okay,
main
you have
branch.
already all the branches there because I have created, so it because it faced, so you will be having all the branches. Okay,
Yes.
click on networking now
So I'll keep by
and
default.
public access. Public access is fine. Click on monitoring, create, review and create. So guys, there is one more thing I just wanted to understand, right? In most of the time you see, right, we are skipping the tags, but production
Deployment.
environment is very, very important. I think you don't have that. 1 minute. You have to change, actually, you have to change that from Central India to some other location. Make it East US or West Europe, something like that. The plan, right? Yeah. Because you are running a free trial, so they only give a specific quota into something, some system. That's why. Try to create it now. So I was saying that you need to really be ensuring that the tags are very important. So whenever you are creating, that's and tags should be like proper. It's not like you are just naming or providing something. So you have to give a proper project name, and there every company has their own standards for putting tags. So every resource should have tags because tags is not just for putting up the information, but that's also useful for your building, your automation, in case if you really want to do some automation and all those things. So tags are really, really important. Now we are skipping it, but in the production environment, in case if someone asks you, definitely you have to say yes. We have to provide a proper tags. Yeah. Now create.
Subscription. Okay, still showing same thing.
What is happening? Select a different region, not according to the tracking. See, okay. Central India. Why it's Central India? Still showing Central India.
No,
You have
I
to.
did it. Let me check.
You haven't
I
updated that.
selected. Yes, I selected. See.
Oh, okay. Central US. No, I think you selected that Central US only for this region, but not for the plan. Go down.
Okay.
Oh, okay. Is it there in this? No, but I think no. I think it's not plan. Central India. That's fine. Can you select something else? Let's try to select which one you have. B2, B3. No, that not that one.
Okay, let me close it and try it from first. Fresh.
Yeah, try
Let's
to
see.
create it from one more time. And select West Europe. Select West Europe.
Okay. Okay. Mm, West Europe. This one, right?
That one. Select the running stack, runtime stack. Select the runtime stack. Above. You have to select the runtime stack. You haven't selected that. Yes.
This code analysis stack.
After code. Yeah, that's one.
Mm, Python 1.2. Okay, West Europe, and this is. Okay, I'll just skip on. Here we have to select yes one. So already select B1.
No, not B1. You should select this one. Yeah, select that.
One. Yeah. Standard. Okay.
Mm,
Database. No. Continuous
Enable.
deployment enable. No, this is okay. Skill okay. Make bench. That's fine. Next. Next. I think
Okay,
now
let me
able
put
to
it here.
deploy.
Hmm.
Okay, got deployed now.
Hmm. Okay, go back to the deployment center quickly.
Okay.
Meanwhile, just click on browse, so it will open a new window. Click on browse.
Where is browser here?
On top, yeah, on top you have. Yeah, right side on top you have. No, 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 not here, not here, not here, not here.
Okay, okay. Deployment.
Yeah, browse. You have a browse option. Yeah, time. Load that one. Okay, go back to the portal. Let's take a time.
Yeah.
Okay.
Loading deployment logs. Okay.
Hmm. I wanted to show you the settings here. I think we have already done that. Hi, no problem. You can ignore this piece right now because anyways we know that what is going to happen. Now go to the deployment slots.
Okay.
Okay. Now here
Okay.
let's try to add some slots here, right? So you can see there is a slot which is really created, which is the normal one. Now you have to put up a slot and the slot name will be something like Dave. Just put up a Dave here. No,
Okay.
small,
To
small. It should be Dave. Small should be Dave. Dave should be small. Okay. And then add. Okay.
okay.
You can add one more slot and give a name to that slot is QA.
Okay. One second. Let it be complete this.
Yeah.
See, Rohit, normally this we are doing manual process, right? Normal, we don't want to do normal process manually. Normal companies they want to do, they don't want to do
Don't
right.
worry, don't worry, don't worry. You are going to get everything automated. I hate no more manual things. Don't worry.
QA is created.
We will not go no we will not use this UI at all.
Yes, correct.
Don't worry, we will reach there soon.
I don't think so. Companies will use this kind of method. They
No company uses this.
yeah,
Nobody has access, nobody is provided access directly to it. But again, I'll tell you why I'm
yeah.
actually giving you this is a journey, right? Until you
Correct.
understand the pain of walking for 10
Yes,
kilometers, you will not realize the benefit of using bike and then the car. Okay, that's how the
correct.
transformation we will really do it. So right now we are walking. I will then take you to the bicycle, right? And then from bicycle to bike and from bike to car. You getting my point?
Yeah. So now I just created dev and QA as well.
Very good. Very good. So now click on Dave. Click on Dave.
Okay.
Okay, and then go back to your yeah. Okay, again you go click on Dave. Now go to the deployment center.
It's loading.
Yeah, I don't know why, but Azure is becoming very slow nowadays. At least the UI is very, very slow.
Because waiting for contest. Okay. So here source code.
Go for the same process. GitHub, click on GitHub,
Okay.
and then it will automatically ask you. Now here in this context, you will be selecting the day one only, not this one, right? So you will be selecting the organization, first organization, the repository.
Uh,
Last time you selected main, right? Here you are going to select dev.
okay.
And then once it is selected, yes, you are going to say click on add a workflow. Yeah, and then uh, it's fine. Create new and then save. On top you have the save option.
Yeah. Here identity we don't want to give anything, right?
No, no, no. It will automatically create. You don't have to do that.
So setting up download done. It's done now.
Okay. Now you have to select. So again, open this in a new window. So you can right click on that same tab, make it duplicate, and open a new window. No, no. On the tab, if you click on, no, no, not that, not there. What is?
This one, no? Browser.
Yeah, yeah. No, no. Browse. Yeah, click on browse. Click on browse. It will open that,
Okay.
and then go
Yeah.
back to that window, portal window, because you have
Okay.
done the configuration for development, right? Go to the settings.
Correct.
You can see the settings here. Now we have to do the same configuration for QA because QA we don't have anything, right? So you have to go
Okay.
back to the QA, and in QA also you have to do the same thing in deployment center. Go back to the deployment center. Yeah,
Okay.
select the same thing, but only this time you are going to select the branch as a QA branch.
Correct. Yes. Right. And then save it, right?
Yes, save it. That's it. Okay. Now if you go back to the same browser, the one which you opened and right, the URL which you have opened, yeah. So you can see this is the default page which is really coming up. Now to understand that whether the application is getting get deployed or not, you can really see that from the QA that logs, right? The deployment logs. Whenever you go back to the if you go back again, you can see that everything in the logs. Now just click on the logs.
Yes. Loading. Logs
Yeah, so
loading.
it's
See
loading.
here.
So now it will show you all the logs and everything, whatever is really going to do. Why it's saying fail to load deployment logs? No problem. Can you go back to the QA one or production one, the same logs? Sorry, the dev and a Q production one.
Okay. This is the production one, right? It's running now.
Yeah. So production, yeah, go to the deployment center. Just click on
Yeah.
deployment center here
Yes. Yes. Yes.
and click on logs. Yeah, okay. Okay.
So
So
now about
why so? Refresh. Just click on refresh one more time.
okay.
No, no, there is a tiny icon refresh, right? I don't know why it's not showing. Okay, let's go back to the settings. In the same one, can you just click on settings?
Settings.
There only you have, there only logs. Before it, after above refresh, you have a setting icon.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
So here everything is fine, right? Then why it's not picking up? It will take
No,
little
sign
time. Sometimes it really take a little while. It's not that quick, but it should really take quickly take up. Click on logs again one more time. Hmm. Okay. Have you enabled the actions here? Last time I believe you haven't really enabled or someone haven't enabled the actions.
here, right?
It's
It's already is there now.
action. Click on that action.
Something Azure
Um,
give some error, binding error. What is this? No, yesterday. This is yesterday
mm,
things. No.
Build and deployment. Actually, you're trying that yesterday also. Just click on this add update. Click on this. No, no, click on any one of this. So RK web app deployment IT demo. I think you tried that. Click on this one. You tried it yesterday, I guess, right?
Not yesterday. No, no. This is. I know.
Click on that. Click on that. Oh, okay. I think this is something which I've added. So did it?
Yesterday we tried. Right? Yesterday we tried. No, that is one.
No, no. But this is something which you just created, right? I think it is coming from my logs because you imported everything now. That's why it is showing the logs actually, which I have also pushed. No problem. Okay, let's go
Okay.
back. Uh,
This is my. Man, just now I
yeah,
inputted to my project, right?
yeah, yeah. This is
So
yours, right? Click on yours. You have the
yes,
settings, actions.
actions.
Oh, you haven't really allowed. That's why it's all disabled.
Okay. I just enable it now.
No problem.
Yeah, just action.
Now it will start. Let's see. So guys, please make sure you have enabled the action option in the GitHub, right?
It
Otherwise,
was
your
com-
application will not get installed. Like, click on that again one more time. It will start now. It will start because there is a workflow which is already there. Go back again. Go back to the this thing. Go back. Yeah, I think it's compiled and pulled and everything is fine. It should really start. Make some change and again restart. So do one thing. Go back.
okay. Okay.
Open a file. Open a file. Template inside a file. Template.
Text file.
Deployment. Any file. Any file. No, 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 no. Any file. README file or M file. Whatever you open that file
Okay. SQL. I just
and
need
click
to
on
edit.
edit. Click on edit.
I just done that.
Yes,
Mm,
and then make a small change and commit changes.
okay. I did that. Shall I give
Yeah,
action now?
yeah, yeah. Yes, yes. Go back.
So now, yeah, we got some updates now.
Yes,
Progress.
yes. Now it started, right? So now it's starting and it is kind of like going to deploy the application. Perfect. Now go back to the your Azure. Okay, refresh. Now you
Yeah,
can see
now
the
deploy.
code, right? Now it started. Because it was disabled. So until you make any change, it will not trigger. But it will take time, right? Again, as I mentioned, right? So I want to show you three things, right? You have to open side by side. So open the production first, then the dev, and then the QA. So that way you will be really able to understand. So copy this URL.
Okay.
No, no, copy the URL. Copy the URL. It's very easy. Copy the URL. Create a open a new tab. Open a new tab. No, 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 not that,
Wait,
not that, not that, not.
wait, please.
Yeah.
Please. Okay.
Yeah, yeah, there only. You have to just type a new tab. That's okay. Click this bookmarks. Click this bookmark. Right click. You have this now. Click this. Close this bookmark. That's okay. Huh. Go back to that URL, the one which we just showed you. Yeah, open that in a new window, right?
Yes, I just
Huh.
open a window.
Yes. Copy that. Copy that. Create a new tab. Click on that plus icon on top. Yes. Paste it here. And only after Venkat SQL say hyphen dev.
Okay.
Copy that entire thing now again one more time. Copy that entire thing, put it like here, and make it that QA dev to QA now. Enter. Now these are three different apps. Even though
Correct.
we have really deployed the application, right? These are all three different apps which we are really seeing, and the behavior also should be different. Okay. So right now, as we can see here, you can go back again into the dev. Now, if you go back to the deployment slots, go back to the
Okay.
deployment slot
Still
from here. Yeah, it's loading. It will take time. It will take time. Just wait.
okay. So
Go to
deployment
deployment
slots.
slot, open QA or development, whatever you want, and go back to the deployment center. Just see whether it is also triggered or not. Otherwise, you may have to change that in the development one. No. So you have to go back to the your repository, the GitHub repository, change the repository, change, yeah, go to the code, click on code,
Okay.
yeah, go change the change from main to dev. Okay, now click here in any one of the file, select same readme file and make it dev. So just mention here branch dev or whatever, that's fine. Uh, Commit change and commit the change. Same thing, you have to change it from the dev. So there only, wait. There only you can see something. Go back. Yeah, so
Okay.
it's already started. Now go back. Oh, yeah. Okay. Now you have to change the branch from main to QA.
Okay.
Okay. Make a change here also. Okay. So we have made all the changes from the one branch to another branch. Let's go back and go to that another window which we have opened, right? And then refresh just to ensure that we have a updated one.
This is
Yeah, this is also started. No, you have to go back to the main, then only it will allow you to that one. From production only it will allow. No.
wait, please. Sorry, 1 second.
Yeah, that's okay. No, you have to, that's why you have to make it more familiar with this portal, right?
Ah,
The more you use, you will really see that where to click and all. Though it's a good
okay.
thing, it's a good thing, but again, it's very complicated. Now you have to go to slots, deployment slots.
This means labs.
Yeah, click on
Okay.
now. So only for production one, it will allow you to really get into the system.
Yes.
Okay,
This
it
also
will start.
deploying stuff.
It's also started, right? Now go back and refresh one by one.
I think something is yeah.
Yes, so
Now
here
it's
it's there, right? So for the production one, you can see it because it's deployed. For the QA and everything is kind of like, it is coming up. Now the thing is here we are seeing the user list update for web app demo, right? Now for the QA, go back to the QA, sorry, development one.
mhm,
From the development one, enter. Yeah, refresh. It will take little time because it's still updating, right? It's not done.
okay. Clear one. This is
Go back to the dev one, dev slots. Go back to the dev slot. Not here. You have to again click on that icon, the breadcrumbs, app services. Go back to the app service, the production one. Yeah, click there. Click to slots and then change it from here.
this is the door, right? Okay.
Yes. Click on deployment center.
So
It's
this is
still,
step down. Yeah.
but
This
it's
file
loading.
says it is
Okay. Click on that. Let's see what happened.
deployment failed.
Click on that.
What is this? So Azure
Acha,
login.
OIDC.
Oh, this is login. Login issue, I think.
Maybe because it is trying to authenticate that one token. You may have to restart that one again, reinitiate, because I think you have logged in for multiple times now. That could be the reason, and it is not allowing because you are using a free trial. That could be the reason, because you are updating that. Do one thing. Do one thing. Rerun the job. Right click and rerun the job.
Okay, where we have this?
Just go up. Go up.
Okay.
Rerun the job. All jobs. Rerun all jobs. There might be some authentication problem it might have faced. That could be the reason. Otherwise, it should go.
Prod is fine, right?
Prod is fine. Yeah, I know. No, again, because we are using this in a multi environment, that could be the reason. Otherwise, generally it will go. Click on this. Click on this QA. Click on the QA. Just check whether the QA is also failed.
Okay. Oh, it is QA. Okay. QA. Okay. That's
It's
going.
also failed. Let's do one by one. 1 minute. Don't start it. Let's get finished first. One. Go back to the workflows.
Workflows. Okay.
No, no, no. Same here in the another window. Go back to the GitHub.
Okay, GitHub.
Refresh.
Okay. No, 1 second, please. QA, nothing. Dev also nothing. Okay, GitHub. We are here, GitHub.
Again failed. Hmm. Click on that.
Okay, what is this exactly? Login issue. Hmm.
Hmm. Authentication needed to run the things. Okay, no matching forward identity and everything. Where it's going? Python
What
dev
let me see,
environment.
what is the QA? QA is it done or not? QA, let me see. Okay.
QA also, I
This is
think
also
it's failed. The QA also failed. Yeah, again, it should be some login problem only. Maybe we are trying to unattractive. Neither do I. It is actually happening. This one. Ideally, it should be okay. Do one thing. Do one thing. Delete those environments. Okay, just close this one. Delete those slots and recreate one by one,
okay.
because you are running this again. In the trial version. Sometimes that trial version also makes a lot of problems.
So let me
So
delete this. To the deployment. Okay.
just type Dave.
Okay.
Just type Dave. Hmm. Delete and delete the production also, or the QA also.
To this. Okay.
Yeah, click on that instead of services. You can click on that name.
It's got deleted. Okay.
Delete this one also.
So now when dev got deleted.
Now again go back to the web app.
Yes. Now let's
Okay.
see. Slots we don't have now.
Yeah, click on new slot.
Okay.
Just make it something like a stage or a Dave. Again, put up a Dave. That's fine, no problem. Clone the settings and clone the settings from your environment. Let's clone that application settings from the Venkat. Yeah, click on that. So it will also take the validations and everything. I think this could be the issue. Let's see. Last time we haven't selected that, right?
Yeah, yeah, correct.
Okay.
We select
Now
the
click on add. Yeah, click on add. No, no, click on
okay.
add.
I think that this time it should work
Let's see.
because
Yeah.
yeah, last time we did not select this clone settings, right? Right.
Hmm. But ideally, that should not be the problem. But let's see.
Okay, okay.
The problem is because we actually haven't finished one and then try to create another and then try to create another. That could be the reason, to be honest. Okay,
Yeah,
now do
no.
one thing. Now go to the stage. Yeah, go to the dev stage. Enable the configuration, the deployment center, and we'll just go with two right now. Let's not get into multiple things. Just go to the deployment center.
Mm.
Okay. Now select the source.
So we just select dev, right?
Dev. Yes. Add a user workflow. No, add a new workflow. User based authentication. Scroll down. Scroll down. Yeah, basic authentication. Can you change it to the basic authentication type? Just click on basic authentication. Yeah,
Basic
and
authentic.
let's see that. And let's create a save. Okay. Can you go back to the production one more time? I just want to see what actually they have automatically used.
Yeah, that's what. Let me see.
Not
I
slot,
think production
deployment center. Go to the deployment. No, no, go to deployment center. Click on
settings. We'll
settings.
see.
Build
Basic
branch.
authentication. We don't see any.
Yeah,
Sign in
I
as
think
the
so.
repository.
No
This.
issues, no issues. Let's see. Go back to the slot one more time. Let's see, is there anything new started?
So this is running. Okay. QA. Fine. Deployment
Deployment
center.
center.
What's going on?
Yeah, click on that
Permission.
log. Click on that log. Click on that log. Yeah, build and no, 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 not that, not that. Build and deploy. Click on that. Yes, it will take you directly to this one. Now I think it is
Deploy.
deploying to the dev stage. Yeah, click on that. Click on that deploy to stage. Yeah, click on that.
Deploy to a
So it
browser.
passed that one, right? Login. I think last time it was failing at the login thing. Now it is at least packaging. Let's see. So this is an automated way, right? A CI/CD pipeline, the one we yesterday we were talking about. So this is what is
Oh,
happening. However, this is something we can say the automated flow. We are not going to really use the automated flow. You can really use something like, the more again a customized way, because most of the time what happens if you allow the automated without understanding what is happening, it's harmful. You don't know what is really going to happen, right? So you have to have that controlled environment and the process that which will ensure that whenever you are trying to deploy anything, it is controlled by you or at least some human.
hmm.
Human means you are really providing those steps, not you are allowing, because sometimes what happens, these guys actually provide all the required and all the accesses and everything. So that's the main problem, because to run it, it ensure that all the details are open and everything is fine, everything is looking good and all those things. That should not be the case. Okay. So meanwhile, this is getting deployed, right? I think it will go now. Let me start sharing my screen so I think we can cover a few things now. Okay. So it will get deployed. Try this one, guys. It's very, very important. You should really go with this particular option. So now I'm coming back and let's try to discuss some of the issues which we have seen, right? Now, what issues regarding the applications deployment, the one which we have seen right now, right? So when I talk about what we started with something like a virtual machine. Okay, we started with a VM, and then on top of this VM, kind of like we deployed some application, right? If you remember, we have deployed what Nginx, right? And then on top of Nginx, we really connected that using some mechanisms, which is like manually we have tried to upload and do all those things. And that's why is the process which we have followed, right? This is the process which we have followed. We started with this, and then we really went into that level, Nginx and all, and everything is fine currently, kind of like looking all good. But the problem is this with this method is we have to really create everything manually. Manually creation means this is something which you'll have to create, this is something which you'll have to create, and then the application, whatever the application you really have, that application again you'll have to deploy on top of it. This is the three layers which we really go with. Now, with this option, it's not just the application deployment process. However, the deploying and ensuring the configuration that which web server you are really going to run, which operating system you are going to run, and along with this operating system there are multiple things which are really coming up, right? What are those multiple things? The first thing is management of this virtual machine, right? Whatever you really call it as. So we can go with this management. Second thing is patching, security, okay, access controls and everything. And then if you are using something like a Windows, then licensing, right? Again, that is one of the important thing. Again, if you are using the Nginx, okay, that licensing will also come into the picture. There are multiple things actually. The cost is really getting implemented, and along with this cost, you need a team and everything. Now from this method, because eventually we want only app, we actually said no, we don't want this one. Why don't we really create something like which is more polished and which can really help us to build up something important. And okay, why it's not duplicating? And we, instead of really matching and managing all those things, why can't we really move this layer to cloud and then only manage whatever we have inside in the environment? So what we done, we actually moved this from this method to the cloud computing. Okay, so earlier, in case if I say this is all something which we were really managing, or I can put up like this, but now this is also, I'm just from the code perspective. Okay, so now we used to manage all these things. Now we are just managing only application. Okay, but here what we tried, we did is something like Git. Here, that's where we have integrated the Git, and then from this Git repository, we are really connected this, which is doing the code analysis and building and everything. That is the main concept which is really happening. But when I'm creating this application, again, while creating this application, I'm actually specifying the the runtime thing, or whatever I actually call it as. So maybe it's just like Python or Java or whatever. I'm actually kind of like putting up things, and I need to also ensure that I put up all the dependencies inside this code itself, or deploy itself when I'm really deploying anything on top of that. And also I've seen that there is only limited options which I have when in terms of configuration and in terms of how to really run this particular system. Perfect. Now, Git, one of the option is the code, which we have really seen that it is really allowing me to go with the code level thing. I can really put up a code here. However, it also give me two more options or one more option. That option is something but a Docker. So I can also integrate Docker in this application. Okay, and that is what we are going to see. Why Docker? What is the advantage of Docker and why companies are really using Docker? Because we can now use directly image here, not the code. So because we are going to use the image, we don't need to really provide anything like a runtime or anything. We just create and we just map that image to anything. Now, one of the advantage of using Docker image is that no matter what kind of a application you're creating, you can deploy any sort of image which you really go with. And how this transformation really work out, we'll have to go back to the virtual machine and we'll start from this. Okay, and then I'll show you how we can really do it. Now, sorry, as a transformation, as I mentioned, when we started with this virtual machine, or before this virtual machine, everything was on a hard drive, hardware. Okay, from the hardware we moved into something like, from the hardware we have actually gone to the hypervisor. Okay, from the hypervisor now we came to VM, and from VM we now can go to Docker. Okay, and on top of this Docker we can actually run containers. Correct? Because last time, if you remember, we have also discussed about why we are really going to run the web applications. First application is that this is not scalable, I have to manage and everything. But then the second option, what we have is that when I'm really running the virtual machine, I cannot really run multiple application on top of this virtual machine, right? That problem actually gets solved using Docker. With the Docker, it's a technology which can actually run on top of your virtual machine, and it can create a multiple isolated environments within that particular virtual machines. So it's like, on a hardware you are having a hypervisor, on a hypervisor you are having a VM, on a VM Docker, and Docker inside that containers. Okay, now this technology again came as a Ubuntu system, because, or maybe sorry, like the Linux system. Because if you see, right, when we tried to create the Linux operating system, it was really fast compared to the Windows one. Even the virtual machine also we have seen, right? A Windows virtual machine is taking somewhere around 5 minutes, wherein a Linux virtual machine is taking just 1 minute. Why? Because the code level inside the Linux or a Unix operating system is very, very low, minimal. Okay, and that also there is a component, okay, which runs as a kernel. Okay, now that kernel is responsible for running all your processes within the application. So whatever you see, this kernel is a layer between your hardware and your application. So whatever you are running on top of your kernel, okay, so this Linux is nothing but is a machine level communication. So this guy, this kernel is a program. That program is capable of communicating with hardware in a binary language, and as we all know, hardware only understands 0101, right? It doesn't, do not understand anything else than 01, because it's all digital binaries. So this kernel is capable of communicating with hardware, and then there is a application layer which is really there. Now, what happens when you really run this application or anything, whatever you have, Linux also comes with own layer on top of this. This is say like your Linux OS, okay, and which runs your operating system. Now, the container technology really comes and drill down into this mechanism, and they actually limited the Linux, because when you are running a Linux OS, right, Linux OS is also running with lot of dependencies, right? Like for example, when you run a Windows also runs with lot of dependencies. Like what all those dependencies, it also needs to run the UI, it also needs to run some specific applications, system services, some additional services, all those services which are really not important for all the application to really run. Okay, because in one Linux operating, even in the Linux operating system, kernel is, yes, definitely is important, but all these dependencies are not really important. But just to run that Linux or a, Linux or Ubuntu system, whatever you call it as a Linux operating system, you really not need, because they expect that you might be running a very heavy application on top of this one. Okay, or maybe you will be capable of running multiple application on top of this. So for example, if I want to run a Java application here, my application is Java. 1 minute, what happened? Say like my application is Java here, okay, and I also have a .NET application here or a Python application, okay. Ideally, this Linux operating system is capable of running all this application. We can really deploy some additional components here, but we can really capable of running everything because this Linux also comes with own dependencies and own application or packages which are really important to run this Java application. Okay. How about in case if I remove these dependencies and really keep this dependency as minimal just to run this Java application, not Python application. I don't want to run Python application. So why should I really keep the dependencies which are required for Python application? Okay. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to limit this. So say like instead of 5, 10 packages, I'm going to say no, I don't want 10 packages. I just want 2 packages. Now with this thing, right? With this limitations now from 10 to 2, do you think this will reduce the requirement to run this kernel inside your virtual machine? What do you think, guys? So if ask you that my mobile phone is running only one application or a default application, so it happens, right? Whenever you buy a phone, okay, you get a very brand new phone, it won't have any application apart from the default applications, and you are really running that everything. Everything is good, right? Everything was working fine. Exactly same thing like a old phone. So you might be having the Nokia 3319 phone, like the black and white phone. We use that. I've used it actually. So that time those phone were really coming with a very minimal memory, like only 300 or 200, 124 MB, not even 1 GB memory is like too much for that one. It's like very small. Why? Because it was doing only few things, just to call, receive calls, and maybe maximum you can just send a SMS. That's it. But it was actually doing that component very effectively. And for that, I don't need any kind of a very fancy UI for 7-inch screen or 6-inch screen and lot of things. Now, why we are actually all need those? Because the applications which are really coming up nowadays, they are so robust, so we have to really use it. But if I want to use only that particular phone just to do the receive, call, receive, and do the things, and I can really maybe do it for the messages. That's it. That's my requirement. In that requirement, I can really fulfill that with a very basic minimum component. And that's what really this container technology really come into the picture. So what they say, you can only need a kernel, which is again a very small, tiny component of your operating system. And then you need a top of that, you need a container. Okay. Now with this container, this can also be clubbed with your kernel. So it can combination with a container plus your kernel that actually become a Docker container or a container which can actually we can run on top of that. Now, along with this container, right? When we talk about this container, I can maybe send it back and I can make it silent dependencies. I just say dependencies. Okay. And this dependencies, this become a container now. Okay. And in container, this container, which is a ready-made container, which has only kernel and dependencies. Okay. Now, in this side, this one, I can also install some applications. So now I can, in case if I know that, okay, I want Java application. So what I can do, I can actually put a Java application inside this one and I can make my own container. So this guy is currently running just a kernel, some dependencies and my application. This become one container. Like this container, because now it's really required only few things, you can really create multiple containers. You can really go on and start creating multiple containers which your hardware is capable of running. If I remove this, I can create multiple containers like this. I can go on and I can start creating as much as I want. Okay. Why? Because now this is also having a one more thing which is important, which is nothing but that. 1 minute. Sorry, I'll just remove this one. Now, there's one more thing which is really important in this context is that the dependency and then maybe you can say the kind of like the encryptions and everything. Now, when we talk about this one, the more important thing is the secrecy, because here, when I'm running these three containers, no container is having any dependency to each other, first of all, and they are completely separate. They are right, because I can run a Java application inside this one. Now I can run a .NET application inside this one, and I can run Python application in this one. They don't have any dependencies because they have their own pod, or any you can say their own environment, which is really required to run only that application, and to run this on one single hardware or one single operating system. When I talk about, right, technology which really came into, because this is the container technology which was long back, which was available with the Linux operating system earlier, only Linux operating system. Now it's available with Windows also, but mostly it goes with Windows. But what happened with this operating system, to run this containers, multiple containers, okay, on top of operating system, Docker actually came as an open source tool. Okay, Docker is again a company name, you can say, or a tool name, whatever you call it as. It's a open source. Open source means it's freely available, you can really use it. This open source technology really came into the picture, which now understood the challenges to run multiple containers onto one operating system, and they say we are going to fix it. So we are going to create a system which will now allow multiple containers to run on one operating system. Okay, and we will also help you to create the images and multiple components inside this one. Any questions, guys? I know this is very high level for now, but maybe have you heard about anything on the Docker? Your experience? Are you working currently in the Docker? What?
Rohit, you started Docker session?
Yes.
Okay, so no, I don't get chance to work on Docker, but I know the concept of Docker and how it works actually.
Okay.
Uh, yeah.
Okay. So one more thing. I think this question, I don't know why it's coming, but I'll let you know, guys, how we are really going to transform things, right? So you can really get the sense of our training things actually, which are really going to important, right? Because I see that you guys have little confusion, not confusion, but maybe let me start with this one, right? So first of all, we are going to start with Azure services, as I mentioned, right? In this Azure services, we have gone through the IAM, in the user creation and everything. When we talk about that one, then we gone into something like a virtual machines. We have seen virtual machine, VMs, right? I'll just say virtual machines. Then we have gone through something like a networking component like virtual networks. We have seen that how virtual network we can really create. We can create a hub and spoke and all those things, right? And how we can really connect to that peering, using the pairing and everything, the subnets and all component, right? Then we have, and in this virtual machine, we have also tried to run some Nginx application, how to connect and deploy application onto this one, right? That's something which we have seen. Now, after that one, we are started with web application. We have seen that how we can really create a web application. We have seen also SQL of component with web application. We went into a Git. We haven't really gone to like again detailed Git, but we will also go into more Git and all as we move ahead. We also see how you can integrate Git with web app. Okay, that's also important, as we have already seen that, and we have also seen the multi environment web application. Okay, this is what something which we have covered now till now. Now, along with this one, right, there are multiple things which are still left, and that's where we are going to now talk about. And when we talk about the DevOps things, and because here, if you talk about DevOps, there are a lot of things which are really coming under this one. First of all, we are then going to learn more about the first of all is once we have the Git, okay, it's part of your DevOps. Now we are going to learn about Docker. Then we will learn about Azure CLI. Okay, then we will learn about how we can really create our pipeline. So we are going to get into Azure repos, which is nothing but a Git, how to use and get. Then we will see Azure board and a wiki. Actually, I'll talk about Azure DevOps here. So Azure DevOps, when we talk about, in that one you will be going with the boards, tasks, wiki, and those we will really cover. After that one, okay, or I think I'll just remove this one. Should I really put up this? Okay. Then we will go into something like a pipeline. Then we will integrate or we will deploy application using pipeline. This is where the main thing will start with, right? Deploy app using pipeline. Then we will integrate Azure CLI. Then we will see how to integrate. Then we will talk about Terraform. This is also a bigger topic. Okay, we'll see how we can really use the Terraform instead of Azure CLI. We will see the Terraform and Azure CLI combination, how to use in actual environment. Okay, then we will get into something like deeper understanding about Docker, right? Because maybe I'm giving you a high level understanding, but we will get into something like a Docker with multi stage build and everything, how we can really do that. Then we will use Azure CLI or Azure pipeline, sorry, to build and create Docker image. In this topic tomorrow, as I mentioned, right, this is also we are going to build and push Docker image, but that will be manual, right, using a manual method. This will be a completely automated method. And then we are also going to learn about ACR here, Docker Hub here inside this one. Okay. Once we are done with this one, then we will start something like a Kubernetes, which is again a very big topic. Okay. Now we'll talk about the Kubernetes. We'll talk about the YAML files, which are really important for the Kubernetes, which is K8. Okay. We will deploy Kubernetes. KS, which is your deployment section, right? Once we deploy this one, we will also see how to integrate Kubernetes deployment, K8 deployment using Terraform. So we will again go back to Terraform. Okay. And then we will really see this how we can really do it from the Azure pipeline itself. So everything will be from the pipeline section. Okay. Now once we are done with this particular thing, we will get into something like a Helm chart. Is also very important because you have to understand about charts and everything. Then once you do the Helm chart, then again the deployment using Helm chart we really go with again using pipelines. Okay. With this one, we are also going to learn kubectl, which is for management, how to manage or how to create your stuff, right? Then we will get into something like Argo CD, which is a very important nowadays. Okay, to execute, to run and create this one. We'll see how to create applications and everything because this is also one of the very important topic, which is part of your GitOps. So these are the things actually, guys, we like to really, and these are I'm talking about just liner, one liner. These are not one liner. These are a lot of things actually which you have to really go it. From this way, ready for all the scriptings and everything. Everything which I'm talking about here, it's all scripting. It's all scripting. Everything is a scripting here. Okay. So don't worry. It's not, I don't want to scare you. It's not definitely the bigger things and all those things. Now, these are the important topics, right? That's where if you feel that we are really covering a less topics about, if you have, let me know, right? Be open about this one. I am ready to include anything specific if you really want. But in case if you feel that we are going to going to go faster on this one, I want to really all these important topics because this is the DevOps. This is definitely not a DevOps, but yes, it's important. It's prerequisite. So far with me. Any questions on this?
Yeah, we don't think that you're moving faster, Rohit. We are good. I mean, you're good to explanation part and all. Yeah, so here we don't use Jenkins, right, for CI/CD. We just completely using Azure CI/CD, right?
Yes, no Jenkins.
Yeah, yeah, that's good actually. So most of the
Look,
companies now going
Jenkins
for
and all the again, guys, if trust me, I'm going to explain you only and I'll tell you one more thing. In this topic, I'm going to add Argo CD. I don't think ever anyone is really using or helping you to go with Argo CD or Helm charts. These are some of the
mm,
terminologies which are really, really important, and nowadays every company is really using. There are some DevSecOps also, some of the things which we will be really integrating in this one, right? I will explain you something like how to do a Docker scan, okay? How to integrate with Sonar Cube. These are topics also we will be seeing as we move on, okay? Because this is also important. Test is not something
yes.
which we'll be integrating, but these are very important, and this is what the actual real world scenarios which is happening. Everybody is going with these kind of things, okay?
Yeah, and Rohit, we are getting most of the calls Azure plus Azure DevOps only. So maybe some very rare case expecting
And
Jenkins.
one
So
more, yeah, exactly. One more thing. Yeah, yeah, exactly. Jenkins is nowadays nobody is using Jenkins.
correct.
Seriously, everybody is moving from Jenkins to either a GitHub, okay, Actions. You have seen that action. GitHub Action is very powerful, okay. But again, you can learn GitHub Actions or you can go with Azure DevOps. Both are same. There's no difference to be honest. So both are same. You can really use one of them, or you can also start integrating with some other things. So that's what something which people are using. And then this technology, right, the Argo CD is the latest. It's like very almost all the companies use it, but nobody teaches this one. What is Argo CD, why to use that, how to integrate that with Kubernetes, how to really, because imagine you have nowadays companies are running hundreds of Kubernetes clusters. And here one more thing I'm going to include, I think I'm missing this one, is the dashboarding and monitoring of Kubernetes. Okay, we will be going to learn about Prometheus and Grafana, which is again a very important. Again, this is not, we are not going to go with a very deep understanding, but I will tell you that how you can really use this and how to implement, how to use it, because that is also important. Tomorrow, in case if someone asks you, hey, how you take up the monitoring, you should be able to know that. Okay. Otherwise, if you don't know how to monitoring the Kubernetes cluster, how to really use Kubernetes cluster, then there is no use. Just to learn about Kubernetes cluster and you don't know how to manage Kubernetes cluster, is definitely is not there. And if time permits, then yes, we will also get into a backup and restore technologies about the Kubernetes. That also we'll see in case if time permits, right? In case if we don't overshoot on the timings and everything. So that's all we are going to really learn about this particular technology. So these are some of the things, and at the end of the session I will give you few projects, maybe one or two projects, which will include everything. I'll ask you to create one application or deploy one application which onto the Kubernetes cluster using a SQL server, a Python application where you have to use all these services. You have to deploy everything using a Terraform. You have to use Azure CLI. You have to use multi-stage deployment. You have to use the Helm chart to deploy your application. You have to use and Argo CD as an integration. You have to show me the monitoring thing. You also show me how you do the backup and the restore. One project maybe including one thing, and that like that way I'll give you two projects. One project will be having few applications, one project will be having few applications. Yeah, both will be having a Kubernetes as a whole, because Kubernetes is the way you will be really deploying, but we will see how we can really separate it out. And you'll have to do it from scratch. You'll not get any kind of a code and everything. You'll have to write the code, the YAML files, the JSON file, and don't worry, you will be able to do it very easily once we are done with all these things. Perfect, guys.
Yeah, sure, Rohit. If you have any documentations, this whatever we covered so far, could you please send those documentations like
Yeah,
GitHub
yeah, yeah.
documentation?
Actually, the challenge, I'll tell you, the challenge what happening, I always create that documentation, but the problem is whenever I try to create that one, I'll have to again spend a hell lot of a time. And the challenge is with me is like I'm getting a very limited time. But I'll see how can we really do it. and that's why we're recording
Sure,
it also. And I'm also showing you something on this way, the board, so you can also try that. But I'll recommend you. I'll really suggest you to really try that out, and I think continue practicing more and more.
sure, Rakesh. Yeah,
Perfect, then, guys. Thank you very much, and yeah, talk to you tomorrow. Bye.
bye, bye.